For centuries, many of the Bible's historical accounts were dismissed as myth. But what if the very ground beneath our feet is crying out with evidence? In 1947, a Bedouin shepherd, searching for a lost goat, stumbled upon a cave. What he found inside would be proclaimed the greatest archaeological discovery of the 20th century. The Dead Sea Scrolls. Hundreds of ancient manuscripts, hidden from the world for nearly 2,000 years. Among them, fragments of every book of the Old Testament except one. The most stunning find? A complete scroll of the prophet Isaiah, 1,000 years older than any previously known copy. When scholars compared it to the modern text, the accuracy was breathtaking. The stories hadn't changed. The words had endured. But what about the figures themselves? King David, the giant slayer, the poet king. Was he a real historical figure or just a legend? For decades, archaeologists found no proof. Then, in 1993, at a site called Tel Dan, excavators unearthed a broken stone slab. Etched into it were the words, "House of David." It was a victory monument from an enemy king, boasting of his defeat of Israelite rulers. For the first time, there was concrete, extra-biblical evidence for the dynasty of King David, written in stone, and it wasn't the only clue. The Moabite Stone, a black basalt slab discovered in 1868, tells a story from the other side of the battlefield. King Mesha of Moab boasts of his rebellion against the king of Israel. The Bible, in 2 Kings chapter 3, records the exact same war. Two accounts from two opposing nations describing the same historical event. The dust is beginning to speak. Beyond the familiar tales of Noah's Ark and David and Goliath, the Bible contains stories that are more like a modern thriller than a Sunday school lesson. Stories of assassins, talking animals, and last-minute salvation. Meet Ehud, a left-handed man from an oppressed Israelite tribe, sent to deliver tribute to the obese King Eglon. But Ehud had another delivery in mind. He told the king's guards he had a secret message for the king. Intrigued, the king dismissed his attendants. Alone with his target, Ehud drew a hidden, 1.5-foot-long sword and plunged it into the king's belly. The Bible's description is brutally graphic. Ehud escaped, locking the doors behind him, and rallied his people to overthrow their oppressors. A political assassination worthy of a spy movie, hidden in the Book of Judges. Then there's the bizarre and inexplicable story of Balaam, a prophet for hire paid by a king to curse the nation of Israel. But on his journey, his donkey suddenly stops. It sees something Balaam cannot, an angel of the Lord standing in the road with a drawn sword. Balaam, furious, beats the animal. And then, the donkey speaks. It asks, "What have I done to you that you have struck me these 3 times?" In that moment, the prophet's eyes are opened. A so-called seer who is blind to the divine, schooled by his own beast of burden. What if the Bible isn't just a record of the past, but also a map of the future? A code of prophecies written centuries before they came to pass. Coincidence or something more? The Bible contains over 2,500 prophecies, and historians concede that some 2,000 of them have been fulfilled with astonishing precision. Consider the prophecies of a coming Messiah. The prophet Micah, writing 700 years before the event, declared the ruler would come from the tiny town of Bethlehem. The Psalms described in detail a man who would be pierced in his hands and feet, and whose garments would be divided by the casting of lots. The prophet Isaiah wrote that he would be born of a virgin. Hundreds of years before the Roman practice of crucifixion was even common, the Bible's authors laid out a detailed blueprint. How could they have known? How could ancient writers have predicted these specific events with this degree of accuracy, centuries in advance? It's a question that has baffled scholars and skeptics for ages. From dusty scrolls to ancient stones, the Bible presents a collection of mysteries that continue to intrigue us. From forgotten assassins to prophecies that defy time, these challenges make it more than just a book. It's an archaeological and historical puzzle box, where faith and fact collide in the most unexpected ways. What secrets are still waiting to be discovered, buried deep within the dust of ages? If you found these mysteries as fascinating as we do, subscribe for more explorations into the world's greatest enigmas. Let us know in the comments which of these facts surprised you the most.